What is a telepath? A lot of people would lead you to believe that a telepath reads the conscious mind, the thoughts as you're having them. That's not actually that scary, really. That's kind of cool even. That's not what a telepath is. A telepath has access to know what is in your subconscious mind. All the things that you hide from yourself as well as the rest of the world. It's having access to your void, your darkness. Everything you have ever done in your life, everything that has ever happened to you in your life, I get to know just by talking to you, just by looking in your eyes and staring right into the depths of your soul, which many people who lock eyes with me at some point go, whoa, feels like you're looking right into my soul. While I am staring into the endless void that is your subconscious mind and seeing everything that you never want anyone to ever see. It's not cool. For the first 37 years of my life, it was a waking nightmare. The only relief that I ever got was when I would go to sleep each night. From the time I woke up, I couldn't wait to go back to bed. Couldn't wait for the day to be over so I'd go back to sleep so I wouldn't have to be plagued, haunted, in some cases, by the things that were in the minds of the people I was around. I mean, stop for a moment and think about it. You're able to see everything that ever happened to somebody. You're talking to somebody who has had tremendous amount of horrific, traumatic events in their life. Abuse, physical, sexual, emotional. You're talking to somebody who has deep, dark desires to do horrible things to people. Sexual, physical, emotional. And you instantly know that about them and are powerless to do anything about it because you don't even realize that you're a telepath and that you have a choice of blocking it out. So yeah, the first 37 years of my life was a constant state of trauma. And not my trauma, but experiencing everyone else's trauma around me. That's why nothing really phases me these days. It's why I have the ability to make a choice how to feel about something, because of the inhuman amount of other people's trauma that I have experienced, and I would not wish my life on my worst enemy. I had the opportunity a couple months ago. A friend of mine invited me out to a bar. I don't drink, so I stayed sober the whole time. But I met a young woman, and we got to talking. And during the course of the conversation, she said all the right things for me to tell her, hey, guess what? I do it too. It's called telepathy. You're a telepath. You actually are in all of their minds. I'll never forget her reaction as I take myself back to that moment. That's what my memory is for me, is reliving that moment. And I see it clear as day. You know, it was nighttime, but feeling the release of all of the pain and horror that her life had been up until that point because of the waking nightmares she was living. And I am grateful that I had the opportunity to give that to her at just barely over 21, instead of her having another 16 years of dealing with it like I did. If you're watching this now and you're starting to have that overwhelming sense of relief, no need to thank me. Please don't. Because now you got a lot of work to do to get it under management, to find the personal integrity within yourself, to realize that the best use of this gift is not to use it to serve yourself and to manipulate people so that you can get whatever you want out of them. The best use of this gift is to help people. When I'm with doing the healing thing, my one of my best tools is that your subconscious guides my every word to ensure that the interaction is as efficient as possible in helping you to understand and realize the things that you need to understand and realize so that you can be well, be whole, so that you can accept your being, who you are, and learn to embrace yourself and love yourself and forgive yourself for all the fucked up shit you've done in your life, or shit that's happened to you. For some people, it's bringing up repressed and suppressed memories of events that have happened to them. The other useful tool, or area where this tool is very useful, I do script editing from time to time. As the writer writes, the writer leaves energy there, and I basically access their subconscious to clean it up. And the other thing I do, which is fun, it's a lot of fun, this is the fun part of it, is when I'm editing a script, I pull up the potential audience for reading that, their subconscious minds, because, well, I can do that shit. It's a great tool. So that I can better look at the script and know what it is they're going to like, and to help make adjustments and suggestions to the writer of adjustments to make that is going to appeal not only to the people who are going to buy the script, but as a psychic, I go fourth dimensional, take a look into the parallel dimensions, see where this thing's already been made, and check out the audience reaction as I'm editing, seeing different films, essentially, because I'm looking at parallel universes where it's already taken place, so I know the results before the script is even finished. I cheat like a motherfucker. It's very effective. How this worked for me in business and in other areas is I'm the guy that I walk in and I look at what you're doing, and after talking with you for a few minutes, I start telling you all the things you need to do to fix it to make it more efficient, because I'm tapping everybody there and finding out exactly what it is you actually need to do to be more efficient in what you're doing. So I can walk into any industry anywhere, regardless of whether or not I've ever worked in it or had any experience in it, and be an expert in 5 minutes or less. That's why I always say I'm the smartest guy in the room. Has nothing to do with my IQ being over 200. Has everything to do with the fact that I am letting all of you guide my intellect. Which means all that shit coming out of my mouth half the time is coming from all of you, and it's all your ideas that you ignore and don't listen to because, well, your conscious mind says, oh no, do it this way, because it's interested in the self-serviceness of the ego and getting credit and recognition and validation and acknowledgement for being so wonderful and brilliant. When in reality, you're complicating the hell out of things and making it a lot more difficult for everybody around you because of your ego. So I come in as a consultant, regardless of the industry, or you just hire me to walk around the different departments in your company, and I go, well, what are you guys having trouble figuring out? Well, hey, did you look at this, and this? Because that's what your subconscious is guiding me to do, so that you have those realizations and your work jumps by leaps and bounds in a very short period of time. The thing that should scare the hell out of all of you is not that Jim Carter is a telepath. That shouldn't scare you at all, because I'm sitting here telling you about it and telling you what I do, because I'm an honest guy. Integrity is a big thing with me. Anyone who has ever spent any time around me hears me talk about my military service, and that integrity is a big part of that, and that I have an honorable discharge, and that means a hell of a lot to me. So my own personal integrity means a hell of a lot to me. Otherwise, why the hell would I be telling all of you I'm a telepath? Make sense? Makes sense. What you should be scared shitless about is all the people who know that they're telepaths who aren't telling you and are out there manipulating you. These people who just seem to always come out on top. No matter what you do, it seems like they're 10 steps ahead of you. That's how they do it. And it's not nice being that deceptive and taking advantage of everybody around you in such a way. It actually really kind of pisses me off. And this is probably about the most anger you'll see out of me in one of these videos. Oh well. So pay attention to what's going on around you. Pay attention to who's around you. Pay attention to who seems to be doing the things I'm talking about. And then call them on it. By all means, call them on it. I'm out in the public. Hell, I tell people this is how I help heal you. I'm a telepath. I read your subconscious mind. It's honest. So what if it freaks people out? The reason it freaks people out is because there's no education about it to show people just how useful, how valuable someone like me is, regardless of what your business is. It doesn't matter what your business is. I can come in and help you make it a lot better, a lot faster. So can other people like me. It's what we do. It's what we do best. And I can already feel as an empath that there are people out there that are reacting to this with fear, and that's good. That's really good. You should be scared. Not of me, though, because I'm honest about it. I'm telling you what I am, who I am, why I use it, when I use it. I use it to help people. I never use it to manipulate. If I did, I wouldn't be 2 steps away from being homeless. My phone wouldn't be shut off right now. I wouldn't live in a shithole apartment. And I wouldn't be borrowing a friend's computer to make this video. So that's what a telepath is. That's how you know if you are one. And some indicators and things you can look for as far as identifying those around you who are being deceptive about it. I have no idea what my next video is going to be, but it should be fun. Have fun, kids.